Hey guys, this is Lab 13. I'm going to let you struggle a little bit on Lab 13, but I do want to show you one thing in particular. We have not we have not programmed a circle yet, and that can be a little bit fuzzy sometimes. Students might have a little bit of a problem with creating circles. So I'm not going to go through the whole code with you, the whole program. It's very well laid out. I do want to point out a few things about the code. So it does, and I can just show you what it looks like. And see shapes. Yep, so there's the code for Lab 13. They want you to name the points. I think this is a great idea, naming the points. So this is the beginning of the square, the end of the square. So this will help you later when you try to remove or edit this file, and you want to pick out just those motion instructions associated with that shape. So, and this is the part that I want to talk to you next about, which is how to create a circle. So let's look at that. So just home position. We're in a home position at this time. And we just want to create a circle on this surface. So we want to create a circle on this box. All right, so the first thing that you want to do when you create a circle is you have to establish a point. So we establish a point in the same way that we do any other motion instruction. So I got a little carried away with that. A little too much heat. So let's go back up and over. So we're going to establish this first point right about midway on this edge, because a circle is not going to touch the points, right? So we're going to draw a circle around, as large a circle as we can draw within the perimeter of this box. All right, so let's just kind of eyeball this. We're going to eyeball this at about midway. And if I click on the tool, when I pivot, it pivots correctly. It pivots about the tool center point. All right, so next thing I want to do, I just want to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to move and joint and clean up number 5 a little bit. Anyway, that's more vertical. Looks a little more vertical to me. All right, so I'm going to establish my first point. Come down to, go back to world. No, sorry, I'm going to go back to user, because I want to use my user frame that I've established. And I'm going to go down to the deck a little bit closer. Not too close. We need to start training ourselves not to move too close to these objects. So for example, when you're downstairs in the lab, pretend that glue stick is a piece of steel, right? So don't ram the glue stick into the sides. It's just bad practice. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just record a point just like any other point that we would record, and we recorded at that position. Now we start the circle. So you say, well, we haven't given a circle command. That's true, but a circle command starts with a point command. So you can't start a circle without a point command. So now I'm going to go to the midpoint, and you program circles in arcs, so semicircles. So we're going to create a semicircle. So we're going to go to this point next. All right, so to get to that point, we're going to go x positive, and then y positive, and we're going to move to about the center point, and y positive some more, That's looking pretty close. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to go point. For me, I've already have a default circle. If I did not have that default circle, I could have done this another way. I could have just hit Shift Point and recorded a point and then changed. And then, for example, if what I could have done is I could have just, I'm frozen. Here we go. I could have just recorded a regular point and then gone to cursored over to it and hit choice and then click on circular arc. But I happen to have my command, my motion instruction as part of one of my defaults. So it recorded that as the 0.2. Now that's going to be 0.2. So that's the middle of my circle, right? So circles are programmed at the intermediate position. So let's move it now to the end of the semicircle. We program arcs in semicircles. So now we're going to go Shift and Y positive, move along the box a little bit further, and then X negative. That looks pretty close. We're going to call that it. And so to finish the arc, all we need to do is hit Shift and touch up. That records that point, and now we have that arc. So that's a circular arc. That's the way a circular arc is programmed. Now if I want to complete the circle, I'm already at a point. So now I've moved from this point to the point in this next point in my circle, next point in my arc, and then I'll hit the circle command again. So the end of this circle, end of this arc, serves as a point for the beginning of my next arc. So now I'm going to go ahead and move in X negative along there. And now I'm going to move in Y negative to about the midpoint. And that looks pretty close. And now just to show you, I'm going to hit a Shift Point. I think what it's going to do, though, it's going to give me, let me not do that. Let me hit Shift. So if I would have hit Shift Point, it would have given me another circle. I want to use this. So if I had just hit Shift Point and the last point I made was a joint, then this is what would happen. But this is not what I want. So I did that on purpose so that I could show you how you can program this. So I'm going to click on circular, and there it records that point as the midpoint of my next arc. And now I'm going to move my cursor out here to the beginning of my ending point of my arc. And I'm going to continue to move about the axis. I'm going to go up and then Y negative. And I want to get pretty close to that point where I began. I was supposed to be on the box, but I was not very close to that box. So we'll call that it and see if that works. Shift and touch up. Position has been recorded. So now let's go ahead and Shift and try to run it. So we want to get out of step mode so that it will run. And then we run the program, and you can see that it forms a circle. So we'll do that one more time. Oh, I see what I did. So the next circle went super fast. So I've got this programmed at 4,000 millimeters. So now it just races around the back half of that. So let's fix that. And run it again. And now we should be okay. Let's speed it up a little bit. Here we go. There's our circle. All right. Good luck. If you have any issues, let me know.